Hi folks, Daniel here. In this video, I'll be taking a look at the Flare Calmer Night earbuds and exploring whether they work or not. As somebody who doesn't generally sleep well, I've decided to start looking into products that may help me out. After loudly complaining about how little sleep I was getting, an advert for this product spookily appeared in my Instagram feed, so I decided to place an order and try them out. A quick disclaimer, I bought this product with my own money and all of the following opinions are my own. Hopefully this gives you a bit of insight into what you're getting with the Flare Calmer Night earbuds. Also, I'm not a scientist or a sleep expert or whatever. I'm just a very tired individual on a quest to find tools and tricks to get a better night's kip and reporting what I find along the way. What is it? Flare describes the Calmer Buds as a small in-ear device that reduces trigger noises for a peaceful night's sleep. What that means in plain English is a tiny cone that you push into each ear hole. There is also a regular non-sleep focused earbud in the Calmer range. The difference being the night version uses a softer silicone for a more comfortable fit during the night. Another difference is that more mid-range frequencies beyond 2000 Hz have been minimized. Is this important? I have no idea, but here are two graphs that look fairly technical. So let's say yes for the time being and give it a closer look later in the video. What do you get in the packaging? I love responsible packaging, and these guys turned up in a little recyclable paper pouch. The flap was glued down well, but with a tug it came open, revealing another little pouch, a mesh bag, and a square booklet. The buds themselves are in the little pouch, and the booklet gives a bit of information, a guide to how to use them, and some contact details if you get stuck along the way. How much did I pay? I paid £20 for my Flare Calmer Night earbuds, plus £2 for delivery. That works out to about 30 of those American dollars, or 11,700 Nigerian naira. They arrived 3 or 4 days after I placed my order. How do they work? Full disclosure, I'm not a sound expert. I have 2 big flappy ears, and that's about it. The tiny booklet that comes with the earbuds explains that human ears can hear between 20 to 20,000 Hz. Our ears are the most sensitive between the 2,000 and 8,000 mark, so that back when we were cave people, we could hear things shrieking at us from our caves, like this boy, for example. Terrifying. The earbuds are little sleeves that alter the shape of your inner ears, meaning that higher frequencies can't climb in there, so you aren't as alert and stressed out by the higher-pitched noises. They aren't earplugs, so you can still hear everything that's going on around you. It's more a case of taking the edge off any jolting or jarring sounds. Are they easy to insert and remove? Absolutely. There's a knack to jam them in, but you get a diagram on the instruction leaflet. Ultimately, as long as the logo faces your head, you're doing okay. I was understandably terrified of jamming them directly into my brain, but a gentle nudge is all you need, and they're easy enough to fish out in the morning. If you are struggling to get them to fit, Flare provide a link to this chap sticking a pair in so you can copy the way that he does it. How comfortable are they to sleep in? After the first night, I woke up with a headache. My Apple Watch showed that I'd had the best night's sleep in days, a total of 8 hours and 48 minutes of sleep. So the headache could have been caused from the amount of sleep I got, or the fact that it was a Saturday night and I'd had a few shandies. They weren't uncomfortable to sleep in. I could definitely tell they were there, but they were soft enough for me to sleep on my side without them digging into my head. They stayed in and seemed settled and secure when I removed them in the morning. I didn't lose any in the night, which was a relief, as this guy was eyeing them up for the whole week. What other benefits do they have? Wearing the Calmer Night buds to sleep is just one of the advertised features. The other revolves around evening stress relief, which means the edge from stressful noises is apparently taken off. I wore these on the evenings, but I'm not the best test subject for this offering, as I live in a quiet neighbourhood surrounded by old folks. The noisiest things I tend to hear of this boy when he forgets his manners, but I did notice that the edge was taken off sound in general, especially when he starts. How long do they last? This one's hard to say, but after living in my ears for 2 weeks, they seemed a lot happier than I thought they'd be. I couldn't see anything on the Flare website that suggested how long a life they would live, but you do get a 100-day refund policy. None of the negative reviews I found mentioned them falling apart or tunnelling into your brain, so they seem pretty solid. Do they contain any allergens? They are made from durable silicone, so anybody with a latex allergy can jam them into their ears without them swelling up to the size of dinner plates. Silicone is listed as the only ingredient, so provided you're not allergic to that, you'll be okay. Conclusions. Overall, I feel that the Flare Calmer Night earbuds definitely have a place in your arsenal of sleep gadgets, especially if you live by a busy road or have loud neighbours. Here are 3 things I didn't like and 3 things I did. First, the not so great stuff. 1. A bit of a minor gripe from me, but still annoying nonetheless. The mesh bag they included had loose threads, lint, and shavings of fabric in it, so each time I used it, the buds got covered in tiny black fibres. 2. I found that while I was waiting for them to settle into my ears each evening, the first few minutes weren't very pleasant. The more you wear them, the easier it gets, but some people may not be prepared to push past it. 3. If you bravely wade into the world of Trustpilot, you'll see that around 25% of the 10,000 or so reviews are only 1 star. Now, many of these are people arguing about delivery issues, but it appears to be a roll of the dice as to whether these will personally work for you or not. And to leave on a positive note, here are the things I did like. 1. £20 is quite a small barrier for entry if you're looking for sleep gadgets, so this fits the description of being low investment and high return. 2. They aren't just for sleeping in. When the world gets back to normal, I can see these being useful for commuting on the train and blocking out jarring noises when I'm out and about. 3. I loved how discreet these were. Unless you grabbed my head and gave my ear holes a really good stare, you probably wouldn't notice these, which means it's not the end of the world if you forget to take them out. So, would I recommend them? For the price, absolutely. They weren't the solution to all of life's problems for me personally, but I can definitely see them being useful for particularly loud nights and when we're able to travel again. If you found this video interesting, consider subscribing. It will keep you in the loop for the sleep products I'll be reviewing in the future, and will reassure me that I'm not just shouting into my cupboard. Liking the video is apparently a good thing too, so if the mood takes you, go crazy. And finally, if you are struggling to sleep, try listening to the Go Back to Sleep podcast. I read from a non-fiction book each week, which is absolutely as boring as it sounds, and may help you nod off. I'm Daniel, and this is Go Back to Sleep.